William claims to have turned down all meeting requests from Harry. Secret meeting PR is a scam. Hello, friends. Welcome to breaking royal news about the notorious hypocritical couple Harry and Meghan Markle on our Royal Trust channel. Insiders have debunked rumors about a potential September meeting between Prince Charles and Prince Harry, while Prince William remains deeply disillusioned by his brother's actions. The origins of this story appear to lie within the Sussex camp, adding an element of hypocrisy. It's speculated that Meghan is striving to convince Harry not to leave her by suggesting they can mend relationships with the royal family. She seems desperate to sustain their relationship and the con they have constructed. There is a suspicion that Meghan might agree to terms now only to later sabotage the situation through a leak, distancing herself from blame and portraying the royal family as the obstacle to their happiness. It's acknowledged that the royal family is not cooperating, but Meghan may view this strategy as a way to buy time. Harry has been resolute in asserting that peace talks or reconciliation are impossible without public apologies from King Charles III and Prince William for the perceived mistreatment of Meghan during her time in the UK. This ultimatum has been a firm stance for him. The idea that Harry might use a fabricated press release to manipulate King Charles III into meeting for divorce settlement money or custody assistance is considered plausible. However, engaging in peace talks while Harry is making critical statements and pursuing legal action against the government might harm King Charles III's public image. Contrary to some reports, Royalist, a newsletter covering royal matters, can confirm that there are no royal peace talks with Prince Harry scheduled. Insights from those close to King Charles and Prince William dismiss claims that a meeting is slated for September 17th. Buckingham Palace insiders have disregarded these reports, noting that while the king may be open to reconciling with Harry, a physical meeting is unlikely just 3 days before an important state visit to France. Certain insiders revealed that the royal family swiftly dismissed the reported peace talks. It seems plausible that Harry is indeed leaving Dusseldorf and heading to London, which is likely the only accurate aspect of the peace talk speculation. It is still believed that he will be present in London for the Wellchild Awards and potentially for discussions related to his ongoing legal matters. Whenever their PR circulates false information involving King Charles III or William, such claims tend to be promptly rejected. According to a statement from a friend of Prince William, even if Charles were inclined to meet with Harry, rumored to be stopping over in the UK after attending the Invictus Games in Dusseldorf, there is no chance that William would engage in discussions with Harry. The details of their last private meeting, arranged by Harry following Prince Philip's funeral, have been recounted in Harry's memoir, Spare. In this book, Harry recounts that during his visit home for his grandpa's funeral, he called for a confidential meeting with his older brother, William, and their father, Charles, to address their family's situation. In the initial section of the widely read memoir, Harry shares that both William and Charles attended the meeting in a royal cemetery in Windsor, prepared for a confrontation. He referred to William as his arch-nemesis and mentioned that William, particularly, was unwilling to listen. Harry also revealed that Charles pleaded with his sons, urging them not to make his final years miserable. A friend of William emphasized that neither Charles nor William will entertain the idea of meeting Harry. The friend indicated that Charles and William both feel deeply hurt by Harry's portrayal of them in his memoir and his comments about them on Netflix. When asked about William's feelings toward his brother, the same friend clarified that William feels betrayed. Given their close relationship during their upbringing, William has experienced significant pain due to Harry's actions. Despite this, the friend recognizes the complex situation William faces, stating that while he is deeply affected by what Harry has done, he is limited in his response. The friend pointed out that Harry's memoir, Spare, is essentially William's worst nightmare, a complete breach of his privacy. Additionally, the fact that Harry has criticized Kate and William's parenting approach further compounds the distress. Overall, William's strong feelings of disgust and disappointment are entirely understandable. Harry attributed the Nazi costume incident to William's involvement, which led to Charles reprimanding them both. Harry for donning the costume, and William for not intervening to prevent it. This account was shared by a rabbi who additionally recounted that William displayed genuine interest in discussions about anti-Semitism, while Harry expressed frustration over Charles's disciplinary action. Therefore, it's evident that Harry has displayed the behavior you mentioned before, and indeed he has exhibited such tendencies on multiple occasions in the past. However, employing the tactic of accusing one's sibling may be effective during childhood, but becomes less credible as one matures into their late 40s. Consistently, friends of William have portrayed him as unwavering in his stance toward his brother, whom he believes has betrayed him. During the final years of Queen Elizabeth's life, when the family was aware of her ill health and proximity to death, Harry's critical comments against the monarchy caused consternation. Conversely, friends of the new king and queen have aimed to adopt a more conciliatory approach. This sentiment was apparent in discussions with friends of the king on Monday, despite the dismissal of reports about a potential meeting circulating over the weekend. Quoting an unnamed source, OK, magazine conveyed that the king had a rescheduled official visit to France on September 20th, suggesting an opportunity for a meeting with his son in London. However, a friend who spoke to the Daily Beast downplayed these claims, echoing a common response within the king's inner circle. This friend asserted that the king has a love for both his sons and remains open to Harry, although they doubted a meeting would occur on September 17th, citing the king's preparations for the upcoming state visit to France. Recent reports have indicated that while the late Queen Elizabeth continued to hope for reconciliation with Harry and his potential return to the royal fold, she was hesitant to strip him of privileges that could be perceived as an insult. Conversely, Charles has come to terms with the unlikelihood of Harry's return and has taken a more ruthless approach to distancing him from the family's matters. This is exemplified by the recent removal of Harry's HRH honorific from the royal family's website, a decision viewed as part of Charles's strategy. The royal family recognizes the futility of alleged peace talks. If such discussions were to occur, Harry's likely approach would involve seeking financial support for his life overseas or a return as a working royal. The family understands that if they don't comply with these demands, they risk being targeted by further negative comments from Harry and Meghan. I fail to see the rationale behind the royal family complying with this approach. It would be more reasonable for them to agree to discussions only if and when Harry returns alone, divorced, and expresses genuine remorse for his actions. Initially, no sensible individuals believed in this strategy. The royal family possesses the upper hand and lacks any desire to engage with what's been referred to as Harkle. Frequently, people place excessive faith in the strength of family ties and bonds. King Charles maintains a close relationship with his beloved grandchildren, with whom he shares a strong connection. In contrast, two American toddlers with toxic parents don't pique his interest, even if they share blood ties. Regarding his own son, Charles must choose between his troublesome and disloyal offspring and his esteemed queen, along with his rightful heir and their family, as well as the monarchy as a whole. In this dilemma, Harry remains sidelined and is expected to stay so. A potential meeting between Harry and the king might only transpire on the latter's deathbed, and even then, forgiveness from his brother might remain elusive. Nonetheless, it's understood that the king has maintained some level of communication with Harry, despite actions like evicting him and Meghan from Frogmore Cottage shortly after the memoir's release, which sharply criticized Camilla. In a May interview with the British TV show This Morning, journalist and author Omid Scobie, known for his proximity to the Sussex camp, discussed the upcoming coronation of King Charles. He mentioned that the coronation marked the first in-person interaction between Prince Harry and his family since the publication of the memoir. However, he emphasized that there has been a relatively consistent pattern of communication between Harry and his father since the book's release. Scobie noted that while he didn't possess detailed insights into their discussions, contact between Harry and his father had indeed occurred. Your instincts are perceptive. The information regarding this matter originates from Omid Scobie alone, as no other independent third-party source has made a similar claim. Scobie reiterated that there has been an ongoing and somewhat regular exchange of communication between Harry and his father following the memoir's publication, even though the specifics of their conversations remain undisclosed. Omid's dwindling career is closely linked to Harry maintaining a touch of royal glamour and having access to current insider information from the palace. Omid has the most to gain from circulating this unverified and highly improbable rumor that Harry still has an active and privileged connection with King Charles III. I would find it amusing if there were photos of unsigned greeting cards shared, especially with a Boots receipt tucked inside. So when Harry shakes the envelope in hopes of money falling out, only a flutter of cash registers down to the floor. Regardless of how negative Harry's actions might be, he remains Charles's offspring, and it's undeniably challenging to turn one's back on their child, regardless of their transgressions. For instance, consider the recent case of Lucy Letby, a former UK nurse sentenced to life in prison for murdering 7 newborn babies. Despite her guilt, her parents steadfastly stand by her side, supporting her, and even denying her involvement. It wouldn't surprise me if Charles extends an olive branch to his son. However, it would be astonishing if Harry quietly returned to the family fold to live in obscurity. His bitterness is apparent, and his pride seems substantial. I observe no indications of remorse or regret from him. He appears defensive and unapologetic about his choices. To me, it seems he's as addicted to and consumed by public adoration as his infamous wife. He dislikes being overshadowed by William, let alone being relegated to the 5th position. He doesn't even seem to relish being the second fiddle to his wife. I believe that living in the shadows, like Andrew, enduring criticism while staying out of the public eye, would be entirely unacceptable and unbearable for him. There seems to be a deep-seated need for constant admiration. I wonder if after Charles passes away, Harry might experience a severe emotional crisis and react impulsively. He could potentially blame his wife for preventing him from spending his parents' final years with them. He might say, "She stopped me from seeing Pa. She accused me of not loving her if I visited Pa in his hospital bed. She ruined my last moments with him and my cherished grandma. She's wicked, wah!" Do you think there is any secret meeting taking place between Harry and members of the royal family? Let us know your thoughts below in the comments section. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this newsletter. See you in the next videos. Goodbye.